It's Rel, and let's dive into Soulslinger, Envoy of Death, Elder Games' 3D first-person shooter roguelite. The game keeps a compelling story without taking you out of the satisfying gameplay loop. It starts out with a gorgeous, if a bit edgy, opening cutscene. In just over a minute, it shows you your character's motivations, your wife died in a car crash, and you made a deal with death to get her back, a preview of the enemies, and your character's primary method of fighting. To top it off, the voice acting is really good. It does a wonderful job of inserting little bits of story between fighting to give you just a peek at what's to come in the world. For example, you explore the world of Limbo, which is based on memories from strong-willed people. You start out in a Wild West-themed area, likely from another envoy you meet, Lady Valerie. She shows up in the hub and has short but really interesting conversations. The one that stuck with me the most was her having gone to a section of Limbo shaped by your memory and seeing skyscrapers for the first time. You also meet a skeleton pirate captain who speaks of sections of Limbo being open sea. These little inclusions are short, but they really let your imagination build up an amazing world. The job Death gave you is clearing out a cartel that damages souls, preventing Death from helping them pass through the gate. As you do, your character has little dialogues when you enter new areas that give you a little window into his mentality and his experiences. Now that I've gushed about how the early story sets itself up very well, let's talk about the gameplay. We'll get there, combat is a fast-paced horde shooter. Lots of quick enemies charging at you from all sides. You need to kill a certain number of enemies. It seems to depend on the type of enemy, map, and run progress. Until that cap, enemies respawn quickly in an attempt for there to always be a threatening number of enemies on the field. The enemy variety was okay early on, but I hope it gets more diverse in the later parts of the game. I had a similar experience with the maps. They were pretty and provided great arenas for fighting the enemies, but they started to get a little repetitive the more I played. I hope they introduce more as you progress. The weapons were fantastic. Their impact was really satisfying, blasting enemies away. The powers amplified that feeling, especially the fire rounds. Those explosions were fantastic. I also really enjoyed Death's offers. You get to choose from a temporary hindrance for a significant power-up. My favorite was one that healed you when you killed enemies while you were below half health. Honestly, I feel that the game could benefit from giving you this at all times. Without it, I found myself playing very defensively because of how low the healing numbers are. With it, I was diving in and shotgunning enemies to the face before diving back. I also enjoyed the upgrade systems outside of each run. You can spend Tears of Oblivion for situational upgrades. I found a big part of getting better was remembering when each of them came into gameplay. After each arena, you are generally given a choice of a few different portals to the next arena. Each one will show you the reward for completing it. Having that choice really helped to find the right materials for upgrades and the right power-ups needed to complete runs. I also thought the bosses were really well done. They do a fantastic job of breaking up the moment-to-moment gameplay by providing a significant challenge, and I can't wait to go fight the rest of them. I honestly loved the vast majority of the game. The story was very well presented, while not breaking the flow or gameplay, and man, that gameplay is fun. So, I get to say my favorite thing to do after making one of these videos. I want to go play some more. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night.